Well, we often talk about cities, we talk about technology, we talk about capital in very abstract terms. But our guest today has been engaged in building and scaling all of them at a grade that is really almost unprecedented. And I'm not over exaggerating. Mr. Alabar is founder and chairman of MR Properties and Eagle Hills. And he's a visionary behind Burj Khalifa, Dubai Mall, indeed behind what Dubai stands for. And that is what I think majority of people know. But you've gone a lot further. To capture the Arab e-commerce market, you've set up noon.com. You've set up the first digital bank, Zand. And you are focusing and talking increasingly about artificial intelligence. And with your focus on Montenegro, you are both pursuing project in Eco Village Shash, but you're also talking about an opportunity for Montenegro to be an AI hub and for country to advance due to capturing the value that AI offers. So could you reflect on that, and in particular on the AI point, which I think is of huge interest to the audience?
Well, thank you so much for inviting me, and it's nice to see some of my friends in the audience. You know, when it comes to AI, I'll have to tell you the story that, you know, we all used to AI, but now it's agentic AI. So it's now the AI agent. I mean, AI is old-fashioned now. AI is like last month. Now it's AI agent. So I give an example of what happened to me. So now this AI agent is a very advanced AI system that actually sits on top of everything. And I'll give an example. For the past few days, we have given it my last 2 years emails, my last 2 years WhatsApp messages. I operate more on WhatsApp than email. And it took about half an hour, and it says, "Congratulations, Mr. Alabar, you are in the 1%. I said, "Yeah." And by the way, you just talk to it. You don't even have to type. I said, "Where am I with the 1%? He has said, "From reading your WhatsApp messages the past 2 years, you are in the 1% that always says yes to your wife." It is so powerful. But why did we give it my 2 years email and 2 years WhatsApp? Because we are challenging it that in about a month, it can actually sit on top of my phone and my email, and it responds automatically because it has studied. So AI is a database, so it's fine. But AI agent, it can think, it can digest, it can process, it can predict. So that's why, and then it advised me, it says, in about a month, please don't let me answer on your behalf. I prefer that I answer, and then you say yes, send out, because we still don't know each other. It has gone beyond what this world is all about. So I assure you, next year, I'm going to come to this conference, but it will not be me. It will not be me. It speaks my language. It uses my mentality and how I think, how I process. And by the way, it gave me a description of who I am. And when I read it, I will cry. It is so much me that I cannot even express. But I did one more thing to it. I gave it the last 1 year, all my Zoom calls, Zoom videos, board meeting on Zoom, because we record everything. And then it digested all that. It's going to write 2 books for me. Would you believe that? It will write 2 books. One book will be called, draft is ready. It's called Alabar Design Standard, because I run a lot of design workshops. And then the other one is design Mohamed Alabbar's management style. Very small, 50-page each book. It's like, but our problem, can we think that the machine is so smart, let's use it. That's what's missing. We cannot think like that. So, I mean, I don't know. I think that the change that's happening in my companies is so drastic every week. Like we don't know, we can't sleep at night anymore. It is really, do you know that last month Claude have actually, you guys use Claude? Claude actually stopped their new AI app. Did you read in the newspaper?
Yes.
It stopped it because Claude realized it is so dangerous. It can break through any system that they've given it to Microsoft, they've given it to Google, they've given it to others. Say, excuse me, we are going to release this. Please check it because it's going to break your system, guard your system, build more firewalls before we give it to our customers. Read about it on the internet. It's like mind-boggling, you know. So my advice to you, stay involved, learn about it. That's the only way we become relevant in what we do.
I completely agree, and I mean, my team can testify that on our small scale, we are fully embracing. I mean, it is, as you say, it might be difficult to wrap our head around how does it do it, but then again, it's hard to wrap our head around how neurons fire against each other and create.
It's above my IQ.
But
I'm not that smart.
But what is mind-boggling is speed at which it is becoming better.
My e-commerce company, by end of this year, it will be 50% up in numbers and turnover, 50% down on staff.
Yeah.
And normally we don't have a lot of staff, but it will even go further, just because the machine is running everything so perfectly.
What would you advise young people then? What would you advise? Because clearly there will be fewer of some jobs, or some jobs will completely disappear. There will be opportunities on the other side. What are the skill sets that you will increasingly be looking at?
You know, I don't know if I can advise the young people. I really don't think so. I think they are, I mean, I have 14, 15-year-old. I think these people are so connected to what's going on in the world, technology-wise, science, even politics, that they're already in the AI world. They live in an AI world. No, we are very boring people. We started our life trying to learn how to type, you remember? And then we started learning basically how to deal with our laptops, and it's no more. Like, you know, I have my son, he says, why don't you talk to your phone? Why do you type? You know, they're so advanced. So I really think that all the younger generation, I really have hope in Dubai, in the Emirates, in Montenegro. I really believe that young people are already in it. I just stress and say, stay connected, keep learning, upgrade weekly, because it's moving too fast for us.
Absolutely. But then again, I was looking at in preparing for this discussion, I was looking at your recent presentations, and you were also recently speaking about importance of manufacturing and opportunities that manufacturing will be offering going forward. So perhaps, you know, it's a bit of a dichotomy. Perhaps you could say, where do you see opportunity there, and what would be the advice be there?
Yeah, you know, our challenge is that, you know, the oldest industry that have never ever moved is construction. So boring. It's the same thing. And then, you know, we discovered that now the robot can build the building. They can wrap the building. They can ship the building, and you can install the building. So I thought, well, why don't we give it a try? So we bought a building, 15-story, built by robots in China, shipped in container, and built in Abu Dhabi, 15-story in 12 days. The only problem is that it has 90% energy efficiency, 100% better quality of air, and I think 10 times more powerful in holding to earthquakes. Surprise. So you have to believe in human capability. You have to believe in science. You really have to be, and by the way, please, if you ever come to Abu Dhabi, come take a look at the building. But anyway, the gentleman who built these buildings in China, for him to do 15-story, it was like walk in the park, because he does 30-story in 30 days. So 15-story is like, it's a joke for him. God knows what will he do in about a year from today.
It's sort of that too, actually, that sort of progress in robotics.
Yeah, but then for
is
us, I'm sorry, but for us to get involved and do that, because we're really quite keen to learn. I really think all of us, including the people in the audience, we want to learn, we want to see what's going on in this science. And I really think that that's what we should give to our children, is that we have to let them be exposed to this huge change. Nothing will be the same. Nothing will be the same at all.
Absolutely. But this is a region of good engineers, and this is a region of, so there is a potential there for regional development. Um, Sort of moving now to more strategic and major projects, you've had developments at scale, and often they certainly require cooperation with government and sometimes sort of active engagement. Looking at countries like Montenegro, not just necessarily Montenegro, our region, where do you see an opportunity for these countries to develop public-private partnerships and bring on board major investors like you who bring that patient capital that we spoke to Prime Minister about? What is it that you need to see to become part of that partnership?
You know, it's all about, profitable ventures. I mean, you can invite anybody anywhere, but first of all, is it really profitable venture? What is profitable venture? Venture is that, you've got decent rules and regulation in the country, right? You get good rule of law, transparent process, minimum corruption in what you do.
Yeah.
And then, do you really have overall, good economic policies, political stability? Because I really see, if I look at Montenegro, for example, I do very simple, basic science. Your coastline is a little less than 200 kilometers, right? About 180, 290. Oh, that's bad. Say 290. And you are an hour away from Europe, right? You are in Europe, but you're an hour from Italy, right? Now, in Dubai, we have 25 kilometers coastline. 25. We are also seasonal because our summer is unbearable. We only do business in winter. You do business in summer. Why do you have 2.5 million with this coastline close to Europe? Why do you have 2.5 million visitors and we have 20 million visitors? I think you have a good opportunity.
Yeah.
Just basic, simple numbers. And by the way, I mean, I love my coastline, but your coastline is so beautiful, right?
It is.
So, these are basic. I mean, I'm a man who operates in, thank God, I'm in about 19 countries. I can see the difference. So it's about supply, demand, policies, and are you welcomed to invest? But keep in mind that wherever you go as a businessman, take your own risk. It is your risk. Like when I went to Albania, the whole of the EU 4 times refused to invest in Durrës port. 4 times they refused. Then they said, okay, we found the stupid man, Mohammed from Dubai. He decided to invest. But I'm so happy that people who bought with me, I think now all their properties probably 2.5 times up. But I took risk. So I'm saying, study, do the right thing, check. But then the end of the day, it's a risk that you have to take. Are you able to take risk? Because some people will tell you, hey, in Germany, it is much more secured risk. I agree. Invest in Germany. I'm not like that. So do you see opportunity? Sometimes it's hard work as well, hard work. But that's life. Nothing is easy.
You have referred to hard work often.
By the way, Germans are hardworking people. I have to respect that.
It's a sort of, well, combination of your vision and being relentlessly focused and believing in the vision. Because as you said, when you built Burj Khalifa, you were not an engineer, but it required bringing together right people and also persevering, but it required a discipline. It required a discipline. Taking company public required discipline.
Yeah, and that's for example, just like just being 29 years, public company, you have to announce your results every 90 days for 28 years. And guess what the public don't like? They don't like bad news. So you have to give them every 90 days, good news when it comes to your lower costs, more revenue, more profit. And I really think you don't have to do that unless you have the strength and the resilience to do that. And if you are honest, because this business of quarter result, you cannot play.
Yeah.
You have to be honest. You can lie one quarter, third quarter. You can't. So, God have been kind,
Strip naked.
I got a lot of good strip naked. I have a lot of great people around me. I have my family around me supporting me to do the right thing.
What's your, because you clearly have very sort of, you're very fond of the region. You want to help the region. I'll ask you the same question I asked the Prime Minister. If we were to sit here at the end of this decade, where would you like to see, what would you like to see changing in Montenegro, changing in the region?
Well, I don't think I'll be sitting here starting from next year. So you have to speak to my AI agent. I'll answer you in a different way. I just recently came from another country where, average hotel room rate is 2,500 euro a night. And God willing, I'll do something really large there. But the leader of that country, he says, Mohammed, I have a problem. I don't have houses for my people. My people don't have houses to stay in. So to answer you, I think now, at this stage, I think we have to be socially responsible where we want to see ourselves. But we have to do it now, that we have to be responsible to society. Okay, here the problem of housing, and by the way, we will solve it definitely. But I think it's also, we want to get to a stage where whatever we do, society should be, we call it in Arabic, in our eyes. You will make the profit, not to worry. But I really think that having the true intention that you take care of society needs, you take care of the environment needs, you take care of the youth needs, you take care of technology needs in what you do. Apply the best principles in your design, in your development, in how you manage, look after. I mean, society and stakeholders have needs. Okay, I have my need, I want to make profit. And all businessmen, they're the same. But I really think that more and more we are to take care of society and community needs, it really costs nothing. I think taking care of community and local municipality needs and requirements, I think it enhances profit. So if you tell me, I tell you that, we definitely, not even a decade from today, I think you will find us involved in probably few very beautiful, very large scale development in Montenegro that I think the people of Montenegro will be very proud of. I hope we can double the tourism of Montenegro as well while we're doing that. Carry the flag of Montenegro with pride, especially that we are as guests in the country. We do that. And I hope that we do it with transparency, following the local rules and regulation, looking after the society, and respecting the people involved, giving advantage to the community business-wise, but also giving advantage to the government because of taxes and all the stuff that you have to do, and push the brand of Montenegro further, at the right level, at a much higher level than where we are.
Thank you very much, and thank you for ending on this note. Your presentation last year stayed with me because you spoke a lot about how wherever you came, you partnered with communities and you engaged with communities. And since this morning,
But it doesn't cost money.
Does, and,
I say
and
investors are our guests. Respect the environment you are in and get their trust. It might take some time. It's okay. But you get their trust. So I really think that for me in Montenegro, I really think that I'm on a very beautiful road. The road and the path looks really good. That something really beautiful will happen.
But absolutely, there is no long-lasting, successful relationship that's not built on trust.
Absolutely.
And this is.
And I'll give you a really interesting example. Everybody talks about what's going on in our region with regard to the war between Iran and the U.S. and the instability and all that stuff. And a lot of people ask me, say, what's going on with the property market? And I can't lie because my numbers are going to come out in about 90 days. On an average, our sale daily about, I think, $80 million a day. Pre-war. Now we sell about $35 million a day. I ask customers, I really call some people, I say, what are you doing? They go, a day, $35 million a day. Now, they say, we learned that at any crisis, they learned from COVID actually, that after the crisis, there'll be sunshine. The human got used to this now, right? And when it's sunshine, we know values will go where? Up. We want to buy now. Wow, so much to learn. So, we keep learning. But I will end and say that, the beauty of your country, the beauty of Montenegro is something that I have my kids with me and they opened the balcony this morning and they didn't leave from the balcony. They said, we don't want to go anywhere. I said, no, there's more to see. They said, this is enough.
I think we most certainly find that many who come to visit this country fall in love and keep.
And the people are also very special.
They absolutely are, even though if I say so myself. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your wisdom.
Please, thank you.
With us again. Several messages, I think, that will stay with the audience, that combination of sort of vision and perseverance, but also ruthless discipline.
Yeah, because real estate projects, they take time. 8 years, 9 years. Yeah. You need to run 9 years. You cannot do this thing for one night,
Exactly. But also the power of technologies.
Absolutely.
And really, we will be in a very different place in a year's time when it comes to technology. In this room, no industry has progressed at this pace.
True.
You can't predict more than few months.
Oh my God.
So thank you. Thank you. We will have discussions tomorrow and day after tomorrow. And we actually have AI hackathon for young people from the region as well.
Oh, too bad I'm not here. I will learn so much.
So next year we shall make sure that you're on the jury.
I'll take the video.
We'll make sure that you're on the jury. Absolutely.
But I'll take the video. I'll give it to my agent to evaluate these guys. Are these kids smart or not?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, join me in thanking my speaker. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.